truth is an irony, just like animal farm. Justice mean inequity, so who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Christian can say silence, Islamic leaders silence, kings and queens silence, traditional leaders silence. So who go say the truth? We are the workers of the call. Now by a no better. We are the workers of the call. One guy's no better. Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he needed to know was a so. Now your friend on a nine come at them. Only papi obeka nasembia. So I want bet you everybody was afraid. And when Tinanan to my cottage again nine, once my boy dumping one another. But who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso bien person beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Akuku drofo nyina dalima. And who go say the truth? Obiaja konson so to grow your man sa to me bia ka kobrafo. Efo anyina ye. Efo wanyina ye. Na so kutrata down na so bidia ba ko why no keke. Afene fo be mane mo pia fo efo ne cross on my mo. Anya safwe mo ayini. Akuku drofo nyina dalima. And who go say the truth? Abaya di bote chino. Yedi bi bebo nyande bi. Kachisa would your mouth pipinuma. Would your mind never shine my frafonsa? But who go tell the truth? TUC silence, even journalists silence. So then who go say the truth? Right is right, wrong is wrong, no matter how you justify. You say you wanna get rid of corruption. Someone want to help you. Now the person become your target. Jobless no they mean senseless. Poverty no they mean useless. One day them go resist.
Hello once again. Good evening to your cherished listeners and watchers wherever you are. It is my pleasure to welcome you to another edition of MyView show. Today we are live once again on today's Ghana News TV with me, Jerome, as your host. Be reminded once again that you can equally join us live on Switch via satellite, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, we are as well on YouTube as well, all on the name Today's Ghana News TV. And you can equally follow us on Twitter and TikTok, as well as podcasts on Anchor FM. It is my pleasure once again to welcome you to another edition of MyView show. And today we just want to take a leap into the motivation for Ghanaians in the diaspora in their political drive and political organization. And then we'll consider NDC Belgium and a look into the fight against Galamsey in the country. Today, the main menace that is destroying the water bodies of our country, the lands of our country, our cocoa farms, and what have you, is Galamsey. What is Galamsey? Is the government really fighting Galamsey? Why are the indigents more involved in Galamsey? Do we really understand the impact of Galamsey on our lives and the lives of people yet unborn? Stay tuned. When we come back, I will introduce my guests to you who will express their views together with my views and your views as wherever you find yourself, be it on Facebook, on YouTube. Express your views so that together we make a good submission on the topic Galamsey. Good evening once again and stay tuned.
Waiting there happy for Africa. Dusty old men holding on to power, leading the people to where? The grave? Wicked criminal leaders. See them a come, them coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief president, why a thieving so? Thief man, why a thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why a thief so? I see the people crying every day, yo. They want food, them can't find. I see the youth looking for a job, oh, everywhere, them can't find. Mr. President, him just belly food, oh. Him and the family, they no suffer, oh. Suffer, no poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, rich man know they suffer. Suffer, no poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, rich man they suffer, lie. See them a come, they coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. Why you a thief? You know say you a thief. Thief president, why a thieving so? Thief man, why a thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why a thief so? Mr. President, why you dey lie so? Before election, you tell me you be angel. When you sick, you run go a London. When we sick, we die for Kolebo. Mr. President, why you wicked so? Tell me how you dey sleep at night, oh. See them a come, they coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief president, why a thieving so? Thief man, why a thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why a thief so? This is Mr. Traitor, Mr. President, master of sleeping. Mr. Sleepy, this is Mr. Traitor, Mr. President, master of sleeping. Mr. Sleepy,
Hello once again and welcome to today's edition of MyView show. It is my privilege to have all of you on today's Ghana News TV for us to express our views on certain issues. This evening, we want to look at the issues of Galamsey. But before we get to Galamsey, we want to look at the motivation that drives a lot of Ghanaians in the diaspora in political organizations. And today, I am privileged to have on this show two members of the National Democratic Congress who happen to be in Belgium. We have Mr. Ioannis, who is the organizer of Brussels branch of the NDC, and we have Miss Rose Sena, who is also a member of the NDC Belgium branch. So this evening, I have these two people as a guest on this program. We will look at the motivation, what drives them into organizing themselves for political parties in Ghana. And thereafter, we will delve into the issue of Galamsey in Ghana. So you are most welcome to the program, Madam Rose, and then Johannes.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks so much.
Wonderful. Johannes happened to be the organizer of a Brussels branch of the NDC. That is nice. I never knew NDC was so vibrant in Belgium to the extent that we have a branch in Brussels and all that. So how has it been trying to organize NDC in Brussels? How is NDC Brussels like?
Anyway, good evening once again to your cherished listeners, and thank you for having me also on your program. The first time to be on your program anyway. Greetings from NDC Belgium to your well listeners. NDC in Belgium and Brussels doing very well, and I'll say recently we had an election, and new executives have been in place, and we are working very hard to spread the good news of NDC in Belgium and also impact our brothers and sisters in Ghana. So we are doing well.
That's wonderful to hear. At least it means that NDC is spreading worldwide and getting to all the corners of the world. Let me just ask this simple question. What is the motivation for you people organizing yourselves? You are far away from Ghana. You are far away from the activities of the political governance system of the country. What is the motivation? What motivates you to organize yourselves?
Well, it's a very good question about motivation, but belonging to NDC, I don't think you need any motivation because NDC is has a compassionate and political philosophy with democratic values. So that is NDC. So wherever we find ourselves, and also to say the motivation, NDC is a movement. It started from 1992 as a political party. So it's a movement. So wherever we find ourselves, we try to spread the good news. So the motivation has been there. Once you believe in the ideologies of NDC, wherever you are trying to spread the good news. Notwithstanding, NDC has ruled Ghana for years, okay, in different space of constitutional rules. And there's no doubt that we have a lot to show off. We have brought a lot of development to Ghana, brought a lot of brought stability into Ghana. So there are many things to be proud of as an NDC sympathizer. So it's all to spread the good news. So the motivation has been there. So I mean, this is the right time also because when we all look back at our dear country and we see the current situation in the country, it's really appalling. We understand every government that has ruled, both NDC and MPP, all parties are not. Cannot be perfect though, yes, but we've seen past governments. But what is going on right now in our dear country, it should motivate any Ghanaian, irrespective of which political party that you belong to be part of the process to bring our country back to its the right place. Because even in the diaspora, affiliates or we have friends from other countries. So in discussions, you understand where Ghana is being placed, how they perceive Ghana. So you sit back and say, look, we are in the diaspora. We, especially in the diaspora, we've seen development. We are benefiting from development. We've seen value for money, value for our taxes. Educational security is here. We are enjoying the system. So why don't we speak to our government, irrespective of that? It can be NDC, it can be NPP. Here we are talking about Ghana. So why can't we, share ideas, things that we see here, things that we are experiencing here in the diaspora? Why can't Ghana, why can't we be part of the process of building a better Ghana? So that in the future, when we also go to Ghana, or when we go on Ghana on vacation, we'll enjoy life, our families will enjoy life. We shouldn't forget that when our people are suffering, when the economy is suffering, we in the diaspora, there's a lot of pressure on us. So why don't we share the good news, speak to our people for the right thing to be done? Because Europe or in the diaspora, we don't live in space. It's because leadership put things in place and the laws are being enforced. We know all of these things, but why don't we try to speak truth to power? So the motivation is even bigger now. So the reason for this drive to let's come together and let's impact, uh, speak truth to power for the right things to be done. Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And I'm sure many more people will join this sense of motivation, and then your party will grow from strength to strength. Let me ask Sena one question about generally NDC in Belgium. Sena, what's your stake in the organization of NDC in Belgium as a whole? I'm sure Mr. Producer will have to bring Sena on board. Well, whilst we're waiting for producer to work on Sena's coming, let's look at this. About NDC in Belgium. So about how many branches do you have currently?
We have 4 branches currently, and the 5th one, we have the Antwerp branch, we have the Brussels branch, we have the Ghent branch, we have the Kortrijk branch. Currently, we are mobilizing the Liège branch. So 5 branches, 4 active branches, 1 in the process, which is Liège.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen Sena's face a bit. Sena, where are you? Welcome to the program.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, Sena.
Thank you.
I was just trying to find out. Johannes just told me Belgium, you have about 4 branches and you are going to the 5th branch and all that. How has it been trying to organize NDC in Belgium?
Yeah, this organization. It's as the saying goes, any good thing doesn't come easy. It started somewhere 2016, 17, when I had the drive. Maybe I should tell just a short story, history or something. I've realized the NDC, the great NDC, after the 2016 election, has not been, I've just heard of it, but has not been active in Belgium. So I took it upon myself at that time to know why it has been like that. So I went to the areas where I know are the Ghanaian communities to ask some of the renowned people there to understand, to know where and what to do. So luckily, I found one man who gave me a number of people that he thinks are the NDC people. So I got 2 people, and one is Madam Hajia Bintu, which is one of the renowned women in Belgium, and Mr. Uja Ahmed, who is now the Antwerpen branch chairman. So I just work on. First I went to Madam Hajia Bintu, and she was really thrilled of having somebody coming board to actually make sure or to revamp the NDC Belgium. He opened heartedly welcomed me. So he, at that time, quickly went. We went inside. He started bringing out all the old constitution of NDC, the membership list. I mean, he was so thrilled and gave me all that and told me a little bit of how things were and how her business was on the line, but she never gave up. So she promised to be there. I mean, to assist me in any way she can, or for me to go about mobilizing the people. So we started from Antwerp, and we can be bold to say started from Antwerp. Antwerp had their election, and from Antwerp gave birth to all the branches that are in existence now. So that is something we should be really happy about. And I also like to it cannot be me alone though, because the team also worked hard. I have to recommend them. It was a tough work, but in the end, NDC is winning, and that was the main goal, and we were all fighting for. And so Hajia Bintu, I really appreciate her. She's kind of our matron, and for NDC, Antwerp branch also has done their election, and for now, Mr. Uja Bine is Uja Ahmed is the branch chairman. Mr. Haruna Fuseni, the treasurer. Organizer is Jonathan Bine. Youth organizer, I call him Abedi. That is the popular name note for him. Felix Kwewu is our communication officer. Our women organizer, one of the most important parts, most important position that I really cherish. Because the women in politics is something that everybody can attest to, that is really something to work hard for. So our women organizer, Madam Elizabeth Abba Atta, and which one didn't I mention again? And our two executives without portfolio, Mr. Che Bafu Nana and Salifu Ibrahim.
So with all this, that it tells you that NDC in Belgium is growing. You already have elections in Antwerp. You have elections in Brussels. Yeah. You have other branches that are coming up. We know by the NDC constitution, you need at least 5 branches to be inaugurated as a chapter. So yes. How soon are we seeing NDC Belgium chapter inaugurated?
Very soon. Very soon. Very soon. We are hoping this year. No, we are hoping, if everything works out well, this year there should be an inauguration for NDC Belgium chapter. But then the hardship back home is more of the driving force for us to, go harder, creating more branches. So far 5 branches checked, and we are counting, and we are not backing down.
Congratulations on your efforts, and I'm pretty sure the national headquarters will be so excited that NDC is growing in Belgium, and obviously in all the other European countries as well. And as the organizer rightly said, you are motivated that when you get back to the country, when you go back to Ghana for holidays, things should be better for all of us, including you and the people in the country. the hardships in Ghana comes back to reflect on you.
Exactly.
Before I take you off this NDC Belgium or NDC organization in the diaspora
Yeah.
into our main topic of Galamsey.
Yeah.
You in the diaspora as NDC, how do you assess the current administration in the country? Just briefly. Yeah.
It's how do I describe? It's written all over the world. I mean, even a class one people can even testify that our economy is in shambles now. The hardship. You might say, okay, maybe you are in Europe or Asia, wherever you find yourself, that maybe you have the institutions working, the system is working, it does not concern you. But at the end of the day, you have families back home, you have family and friends back home. You see, you a lot of hardship, things the calls are coming. You might think you are going back home. We go back home to visit. I mean, a home sweet home. There's nowhere like home. You come home and you feel everything. Everything is just nothing is working anymore. Nothing is working. So I
So
have
nothing is working, but we are not hearing the complaints of the people on the ground. Is it that the Ghanaians are not angry enough, or they are not feeling the hardship enough?
I think some of them are scared of these how do I even put it, of expressing their views on the economy because they are scared of their lives. There's a lot of how do I put it, a lot of things that had happened in the past that people try to talk about, things that are happening and they end up losing their lives. Recently I learned there was a chief that was speaking on Galamsey, this Galamsey issue that we are coming to talk about, and he was kind of almost lynched to death. That's one. I mean, one of the reasons that people are scared to talk. Okay, and how? Yeah, that's one of the reasons they are scared to talk because their lives. But I'm begging to the youth, the youth. We have to find a way to talk. It's not easy, but the future is ours. If we just sit there thinking, okay, they come to us, give us some chicken coins to vote or to buy our vote, it ends there. But what about your children? What about your future? The system is not even um, it's not even, I don't know, the system is not even working so that you can even find your way out to establish ourselves. Everybody, who doesn't want to come home? We all want to come home and have and enjoy home sweet home. But when you look at things like that, it's so discouraging.
Okay. Thank you very much for this contribution. I will bring Jonas in and then take a view from him as well. And then we see how best we land onto the issues of Galamsey. Jonas, Esena, in her presentation, she made a statement that people are sort of intimidated and they are so scared to speak the truth because that they fear for their own lives. Here we are, we vote people into government to protect we the citizens. And if today the citizens cannot express their own opinions and feelings, have we failed, or the democracy that we want to practice, we do not understand it, or it has failed us as a country?
Well, it's a worry because let's take for instance you are home with your parents and things are not going well, you're hungry. I mean, you talk to your parent that I'm hungry, I need this for school, I need this for, I'm feeling ill, I want to go to the hospital. It's normal. Here, in this case, we've voted in officers to govern us, to provide social amenities for its citizens. So when things are not going well, they should be called to account for their stewardship. And our leaders know this. But as my colleagues and I have said, there is an intimidation going on. The media is also not helping. The media landscape in Ghana are not that vocal as it was when NDC was in power. And this is obvious, it's clear, we all know it. But I think Bob Marley said, a hungry man is an angry man. So when we don't show anger, government continues to do what it wants to do. So it's for the youth to show anger. Why was it that when NDC was in power then, people had the guts to walk on the street, to demonstrate, to picket at the Jubilee House? But why is it not happening now? You see, so it's something which I think the youth have to rise. It doesn't necessarily have to be the NDC doing this march. The youth should march. It is their future is in jeopardy. I mean, as I said earlier on, there have been governments in the past. No government is perfect, but what we are seeing now, it's appalling. So I mean, there's a need for a sort of an uprising in the sense of venting our plea, our anger to the system that the system is not working. Ghana is not an island. We complain, the government make excuses that it's the Russian-Ukrainian war, it's the COVID. Yes, are we an island? No. Our neighboring countries, look at the statistics. Why is Ghana, before the COVID, the economic minister was saying the economy is buoyant, is resistant. Then all of a sudden COVID happens and we are all over the place. And our neighboring countries are being stabilized. I mean, there is something fundamentally wrong. And the youth, it is the reason why, I said earlier on, that the motivation to galvanize, to bring NDC, the grassroots. I think NDC is a grassroots party. So that's the main reason why we are motivated this time to send a message home that look, we have to speak to power. And we in the diasporas, as our brothers and sisters in Ghana see us, when we speak, they know we have seen it in the bigger picture. So we have to speak to our people back in Ghana to speak truth to power.
Powerful. I want us to take a drift into our Galamsey, but before we start that topic of Galamsey, I want my producer to play us a video, and then from there we take off. Okay, producer.
To say, oh my say yo, oh my say yo, oh yes and now say, oh my for brand oh my say yo, oh my say yo, oh yes and now say, oh my for brand Ghana manye wala ujo, mo manye wo, benka se wo kawo. Mo manye Ghana manye wala ujo, mo manye wo, benka se wo kawo. Mo manye nyinanso, yemfa kroye, lakuye grego. Mumayina Obiere na famudio Omai benyam koso Ghana betum pono Mumayina Obiere na famudio Omai benyam koso Ghana betum. That people will humble themselves and turn from our wicked ways and cry out. We will heal our land and save us. Heal our nation.
complex challenge.
Okay.
So we want to ask.
Here we are. I want to just ask a simple question. The last time we saw a similar thing, this is a Christian council praying against the activities of Galamsey. And it is only now they have realized the impact. The last time we saw a similar thing was when His Excellency J.A. Kufuor was president of the Republic of Ghana, and we had drought. The same set of pastors were seen at the Akosombo Dam praying for God to fill the dam for us and then to able to restore our issues with electricity. What is the main cause of this? Is that the way to fight Galamsey? What is your stake?
Well, thank you for bringing this issue about Galamsey for discussion. So the video you showed, yes, I like the song. It's motivational. But is that a way to solve Galamsey? Absolutely not. Why are we praying for Galamsey to stop? And at your reference point, praying for Kufuor's time, praying for Akosombo Dam or whatever. Why can't we use practical things? Nations who are developed countries are practical in whatever they do, and the result is there. Our leaders travel to abroad and they see infrastructure. It's human beings who did it. It's about planning, it's about the right choices and the right decisions. What is prayer doing in all of this? Where we have leaders who are making the wrong decisions. So for me, I don't see the correlation here. Leaders intentionally not enforcing the laws and pastors going there to pray. I just don't get it. It doesn't work. And that is where we are now. So if you ask me again, I'll say it more than 10 times. It just doesn't work. I'm a Christian. We Christians, we believe in prayers. But this direction of prayer just doesn't work. It doesn't work. We should be practical. And when it comes to spiritual things, we should be spiritual about spiritual things. But when things are practical things, that's why we have bodies and we have souls. We feed the soul with spiritual things. Physically, we have to work. If you don't work, how can you earn income to cater for yourself and your family? So I don't get it there. I don't get it. I don't know who brought this idea even.
Yeah, but if you listen to them, it's like they are quoting the scripture to say that the Lord says that if my people will listen to me and heed to my word, I will forgive them and heal their lands. And that is what they are praying that
You see, as much as I'm a believer, we shouldn't use the Bible to sugarcoat things. Same way we have the congregation in the churches, and people are getting poorer. Why are we not using those scriptures to feed the people and show them how to fish? But rather we still use those scriptures to rather take the little from the poor ones and make ourselves comfortable. Let's be real. We are Christians, but I mean, this is not the right way. If we are Christians, we should prosper. That's what the gospel says. So we shouldn't use part of the scriptures to sugarcoat things. And when you do that and you don't get a result, it means that prayer hasn't worked. If you use your scriptures in the right context and you pray for it, it is the belief that the Lord will hear your prayer and you will succeed. But if you use a Bible verse in the wrong context, our God is not a damn God. He's a God. He knows us. So we shouldn't play with the scriptures at all. We should be realistic and be truthful, and then we shall get results. So I don't get it.
That's wonderful. Already you said that the way they have started is not a way to go about it. Let me bring Sena in here and also ask her, because in her intro, she made mention of a chief who was trying to speak against Galamsey and almost got hurt. Sena, I'm not going to, you have already said that. What I'm going to ask you here is this. The government effort to fight Galamsey. We all see it as a charade. Why do I say so? You will remember that the president, His Excellency Akufo-Addo, met with the National House of Chiefs in Kumasi recently, and he employed all of them to come on board so that together we would fight Galamsey. In his entourage, too, that meeting was the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP, his own political party, popularly known as Chairman Wuntumi. Recently, we heard of Chairman Wuntumi's, what will I say, mining firm in one of the forests, Akonta Mining Company, in one of the forest reserves, illegally, because at the time that they were in that forest mining, they hadn't been given the license to that concession. And this is the man who was with the president at this meeting and followed the president throughout. In the ensuing conversation, the president of the National House of Chiefs came out boldly and told us that if anybody has evidence that Chairman Wuntumi was doing illegal mining in that forest, the person should bring it forward. You and I know that the government has the best machinery to be able to determine who is doing what and who is not doing what. If the government really wants to fight Galamsey, they should come out and tell us Chairman Wuntumi that they claim was doing illegal mining, was not doing it because he had license to do that concession and all those things. We don't have that from the government, and they are rather asking us to bring evidence. Do you think that this government is really seriously fighting Galamsey?
Thank you very much for this Galamsey issue. Galamsey, actually, you all say Galamsey, maybe foreigners may be listening and say, what is actually this Galamsey? It's just this a term used in Ghana for illegal mining, right? And it's, what haven't they said about this Galamsey issue? There were a lot of debate on this, whether they are fighting it or not. Fact has been brought out. It's obvious that there's not they are not doing anything. First of all, when they say a problem shared, or when you identify your problem and it's halfway solved, they don't even want to accept that they can't. They are not fighting it, or all the rumors surrounding it, just as you have said, they are involved in it. Chairman to me is there. The central regional chairman.
Ashanti Regional Chairman.
Ashanti Regional
The Central
Chairman.
Regional Chairman is Eko Ewisi. He was the one who got recorded with the former minister, Professor Frimpong Waten, on this issue of party Hiansika.
Yeah. So they are doing nothing because they are involved in this. Okay. So what really hurts is that they don't even go when they go out. They are still playing this kind of blaming game. You understand? They still don't want to take the responsibility and say, okay, this is what we've gotten to. It's not working. They need they need help. They are not doing it because they are involved. How do they even stop it? Because they are doing it. So they are doing nothing, absolutely nothing to stop this Galamsey issue. It's just sad. It's just sad that some years to come, we were told we have to be importing drinking water into Ghana. You see, there are a lot of where this Galamsey. A lot of problem this thing has. It's not. So I am even thinking, okay. The main reason why maybe this is happening more, and you see videos online, you see the youth telling the government they are not stopping, and could it be the hardship that is even making them go into it? Could it also be the hardship that is making they can't stop it. I don't know, because there are a lot into that than they are involved. First of all, that is one of the points, and the hardship. And the hardship is also pushing the youth into it. And the youth they are also seeing, since they are involved, they can't stop them. And truly, they can't stop them because they are also involved. Facts have been brought has been brought out. What haven't they done about this Galamsey issue? Let me chip in. The is it the pastors and those people that you see Africa? We the churches. I don't even know. When you talk now, people think you are attacking the Christianity or any. We are misusing talent. We are letting talent go waste in Africa, because the only thing they think is praying. Let me tell a short story, right? I went to a book launching, and the title of the book was is it Heavenly Economy or something. So my thought was, oh, nice. So which means it's something that the church is trying to now encourage the youth, that work and prayer and work will bring the result that you want. So I took it upon myself. They invited me, and I was as one of the invited guests. I was on the high table. So I said, okay, why won't we also preach at the churches that not only prayer will solve our problems. The Western world that we came, they are living the Bible. The Bible talks about how to care about your each other. They made a provision for the less privileges, the less privileged. They made provision for the elderly. They made provision for a whole lot of things. You work, you pay tax. This is allocated. If the 10% that you are paying at the church, there's a provision made for that. When I talk about this at the church, you know what happened? They cropped that part out of it. And I said, okay, Africa, we are letting a beautiful talent getting wasted in the churches, and they thought that only preaching is a way of worshiping God. You have that. There is a talent hidden. Somebody just let your works be seen in what you are doing. How does a prayer solve our Galamsey problem? I don't get it. Stop it. Stop it. When God asked Solomon, a war is at stake. God asked Solomon, a war is getting closer. He didn't ask Solomon to be praying. He said, go and let your people do this. There was action that has been taken. And as a result of that action, they won that war. So if you are, this church thing, it gets me more, I don't know.
Don't get worn out. The fight will definitely take us to the
The
promised
way we
land.
go about Christianity in Africa is really disturbing. If care is not taken, we Africa we worship God through spiritually. We are not religious people. Okay, so why then do you have to be taking? People bringing the religious to you, and it's disturbing. I'll end it here.
Then I take a break. When we come back, remember, Galamsey did not start in 2020.
Yeah.
Galamsey did not start in 2016. Galamsey did not start in 2012.
Yeah.
Galamsey had been there with us, but now it's getting out of proportion. Yeah. When we come back, I'm going to take the comments from our viewers this evening. And when we come back, I will ask you, what did the NDC do differently? And what will NDC do again differently should you come to office? Think about it when we return. We will take the comments from our viewers from both wherever you are watching from us. Oh, Latif, greetings, boss. We are very grateful that you've joined us all the way from far away US. We are privileged. Oh, Bashiru Ablai, We are proud of you. Bash, we are proud of you as well. Greetings to all the comrades in Hanover. Patience Daku, good evening, Doc. I'm watching you live from Hamburg, Germany. Patience, we're always grateful that every week you are part and parcel of us. Bennett Konedu Yadom. Bennett, I think South Africa. Good evening to you, Jerome, and your guest. We're very grateful, Bennett, that you are part of us this evening, and we hope to have you one of these days. Dr. Boedu Jacob, True Faith Church International at Sokori. Okay, we're very grateful. I think you've always been on today's Ghana news as well. Oh, good. GS, greetings from Cologne. This is Honorable Big Brother Victor Maxon. Victor, we're very grateful that you have joined us, and we hope that the members in Cologne are doing very well. Grace Talks, good evening, comrades. Grace, we are very grateful that you have joined us. Greetings from Stuttgart. Our regards to all members in Stuttgart as well, and your household. Brimpong, good evening, sir. You guys are doing very well for us in the diaspora. I'm watching from Warsaw, Poland. We are very grateful that today you are part and parcel of this program once again. Do join us again next week, Monday. Grace once again says, thanks for working hard for the party and Ghana as a whole. Wonderful. Your comrades from Belgium are doing very well. If one says, so the lady speaking now is a women's organizer. No. She did mention, I think she is the secretary for Antioch branch and more or less one of the people who are organizing the entire chapter in Belgium. Greetings to the newly elected NDC executives. Jose Superior, watching from Barcelona, Spain. This is my favorite channel. No insults, only information and education. I'm enjoying the show. We are very grateful, Jose, and we're always happy to have you. Kunta Nana says, kudos, watching you on YouTube from Poland, more fire. I'm sure they will open more fire very soon when they come back. Nanata Fremo, greetings from Tatali, Northern Ghana. Madam Sena and Mr. Jonas are doing very well and they need our support. Please tell Madam Sena to come take me to Belgium. Ghana is too hot. Oh, Ghana is too hot. Okay, I'll pass information. Sena, get ready for it. Uncle Tom Nutako, greetings, watching you live from Bielefeld. Comrade Sena, more power and educate the Ghanaians in Belgium to join us. We have the power. Let us use it convincing our siblings to compare Ghana under NDC and under MPP. I'm pretty sure I'll bring these people back to discuss Ghana, the difference between Ghana and the MPP and NDC. Volunteer Internship Service Ghana, please come to my village. Bosusa, I don't know which region is that, to see how Galamsey is destroying our lives. In fact, this afternoon there was an issue where a 26-year-old lady went to free herself, and then the whole toilet just collapsed under a Galamsey pit. We'll look after it. Laila Mahama, greetings, good evening, watching you from Bielefeld. Oh, Laila, we are very grateful you have joined us this evening. Akufo-Addo has made Ghanaians to play too much. Wow. I'm pretty sure, but it is the hardship that has compelled them. Oh, John Baptist now. Oh, Doc, good evening. Watching you from Cologne. We are very grateful you joined us this evening once again. Wow. Sita, I'm very happy you are accepting that the Galamsey didn't start in Karen's time. Let Ghanaians find solutions. Let us as Ghanaians find solutions to it. Oh, Sita, that one is very true. I perfectly agree with you. We have to together find a solution to the issue of Galamsey. So, having gotten to this point, I will now bring back my guest, and then we see what did the NDC do differently before the MPP and the Galamsey has gone out of hands. We do not have much time this evening, but I will take their views when we come on the show. Yes, Johannes, I did indicate that, yes, Galamsey did not start under the MPP. When NDC was in office, we had Galamsey.
Yeah.
But we did not have it at this magnitude. It was totally being controlled.
Yes.
When that is even under Rawlings, under Mills and Mahama, and even under Mahama, that is where we're trying to introduce this community mining, and it was well controlled. Yeah. What has happened? What is these people, the current government not doing that NDC did, that you were able to contain Galamsey?
Thank you, Jerome. It is clear, as I said earlier, it's leadership. So we all know Galamsey have regulations and regulations for small-scale mining and industrial mining. And we also have policies for land reclamation. So when the land is leased and surface mining is done, the company refills the pit before it leaves site. So as you said, in the Mahama Mills time, of course, mining has been a generational thing that has been going on. But what has led to the current state of the disturbing Galamsey ongoing, which is an existential threat to the community from the videos that we are seeing, the evidence is all over the place. It's all about leadership. When you cannot take measures to reprimand or to enforce the laws, and when your people are involved in it, the conflict of interest now comes in. So let's take, for instance, the doomsday that happened. Was it Mahama's regime that caused the doomsday? Because doomsday was something which started long years ago, because we did not augment the energy that we had. Of course, industries and population increased. So the pressure on our Akosombo was more. So it got to Mahama's time, it blew. And the blame was put on Mahama. But what did he do? He solved it. He showed leadership. So if now Galamsey has got to this magnitude, what should a leader do? You have to take action and stop it, because this is becoming an existential threat to the community and in Ghana in whole. Now the news is, if we don't take time, we are going to import water. Should we be importing water to Ghana? This is where we are. So when NDC comes to power, God willing, 2024, we are going to fight this Galamsey menace seriously, because we've done it before. And we have the men and the leaders and the political will to take this on and to stop it and to do mining in the right way.
Wonderful. Let me even pick Uncle Tom had made a very wonderful submission, and let me pick it up, and then we see what you have to say to it. He says, if you cannot harvest timber logs in a forest reserve, how can you mine? I think we in Ghana have other meanings to reserves. It is reserve to the well-connected. So if what we are experiencing now means that where we are having these Galamsey issues are people who are well-connected to power. When NDC comes to office, are you sure we'll not have people who are well-connected to power?
Of course, people might be connected to power, but if you abuse power, you have to be dealt with. That is why there are laws. That is why the laws has to be enforced. And John Mahama has shown it. His own people had issues. He took them to court. One of his ministers made just a comment that if he had this amount of money, she will leave politics. For even making that comment, that minister was sacked. So that's leadership. If a current leader, Akufo-Addo, had done, because the evidence are abound, government officials being complicit in illegalities, in corruptions, and the evidence are all over the place, and you haven't taken any actions on them, then corruption will breed. And that is the difference between NDC and NDP. You can be connected to leadership, but when you go against the law, you have to be dealt with, which Mahama has shown that example. So it's completely like orange and potatoes. So
Yeah, yeah. At least, NDC, we have seen the what will I say, the implementation of the law, irrespective of whoever it is, under John Mahama. So, should John Mahama get opportunity, definitely, when there is evidence that someone goes against the law, you will have to face it fully. And probably that will also serve as a way of controlling Galamsey. Let me bring in Sena here. Sena, I want Sena to make a comment here for me.
Yeah.
Sena,
This
we are looking at this issue of Galamsey. We are looking at the MPP government has not got the willpower to fight it. There is a little retract. Why do I say so? The MPP government might not have the willpower to fight it because there is this lady who is so popular in the country, Aisha Huang. You have heard about her already.
Yeah.
We are fully aware that in the run-up to the 2016 elections, Aisha Huang was one of the people who led the MPP to raise funds in China for their electoral fortunes.
Yeah.
Now, here we are. Aisha Huang is fully involved in Galamsey. She was supposed to have been deported. She has found her way back in the country. Aisha Huang currently is being defended by an MPP functionary. In fact, that despite the fact that he's a professional lawyer, he has been an MPP presidential hopeful. The other two accomplices in this case are also being defended by the immediate past chairman, national chairman of the MPP, Freddie Blay. So, where is the fate of the Ghanaian in the fight against Galamsey?
Thank you very much for the question once again. It's obvious these people are not ready to fight this, okay? They are not ready, and they can't even fight it because that is what is fun. They are using to finance their political party or activities. So it's obvious they are not ready. But what I can now focus on is what NDC have to do when they come to power. Okay, I heard, was it some time ago? One of the MPP communication officers from Belgium, Germany, was blaming JM. JM said that he's not going to stop Galamsey. So why is it now that they are fighting? JM didn't say that. JM said he will halt current a bad managed small scale mining operations, right? The bad mining, managed small scales mining operations. Which means even those small ones, they will be properly done professionally, right? And he also said, all those corrupt financiers of this Galamsey that they are there, they will be persecuted, right? And the stakeholders will be involved in the. They will be involved. They'll go to them and have a verbal intercourse with them to see the way forward. So these people, they are not ready to do anything. They just go about blaming, if not JM. It's just that's what they are doing. So I will not even waste my time going back there. That woman, it's just exhausting. NDC is coming to properly manage those small scale miners properly, okay? And those people, involved, but they are behind closed door pushing those people to do what they are doing now. They will be dealt with. So DM didn't say so. That's it. I think.
I know. Say that if I allow you, if I allow you, we will continue and continue and continue. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate that
it's sad. So
our
because
our
looking at the
time,
statistics, Eastern region, Brim or something,
yeah,
is it
bring,
the river Brim, right? When
yeah,
you go to Ashanti region, the Enu River is there. Look at the Ashanti region. And when you go to the Western region, you see River Pral, the Dabwas, and the River Ankura. So look. If I'm from the Volta region, I could say Mekamo. I don't care. But at the end of the day, the money they will use fighting that could be used for something that will benefit me. So it's something that we all have to wake up. It doesn't have anything to. This Galamsey issue has nothing to do with party color now. So it's hard when I hear them saying blaming NDC. It just they just have to keep quiet because I feel even ashamed for them saying that. Okay, so particular that this fight doesn't have any particular now. Ghanaians as a whole, we have to get up and fight this fight. And this is what
wonderful.
JM is saying. This is what JM is saying. They better
There's a
back him
lot.
up.
There is a lot. I know if I allow you, you want to justify JM has said. Apparently, you are not the only person because recently we all read JM saying that when he comes back to office, he's going to free all those who have been jailed as a result of Galamsey activities. Yeah,
Exactly.
in the first place, we're all thinking that this will not be the right way to go about it. But come to think about it, we have Chinese who are doing illegal mining. We catch them, we send them back to China freely without any punishment. Then you go and catch a Ghanaian who is entitled by law to do this type of small-scale mining. Then we throw that person into jail. So what is the justification? Well, in any case, we will have to look for another time to look at this issue of Galamsey into detail. I'm my producer with time will have to expand the time for this program because 1 hour seems to be a bit too small for us. But Sena, there's a message here for you, please. Just listen to it. It's coming from Nana Tefrem. It says, please, Doc, tell Sena to put her telephone number out. She is very beautiful and intelligent. We are watching you from. So, Sena, that is a mark for you. I am very grateful to you, Sena, for your appearance, and I'm very grateful to Jonas and to the entire NDC in Belgium. It's good having you this evening and taking your views on Galamsey. And for all those who watched us from Facebook, YouTube, and wherever, Sita, I'm very sorry that I couldn't take all your messages, but I'm pretty sure another time I'll go into it and then answer. For all those who joined us, for all who sent in their comments, we are very grateful that you have been part and parcel of this evening. And I'm pretty sure that I will get Jonas and Rose once again, once time permits, so that we will go straight into this Galamsey again
So we are
and
done.
see how best the NDC will make a difference. I'm very grateful to all of you, and thank you for showing up this evening. Have a blessed evening.
Yeah.
Great.
Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much too.
Never get me that champion. What on your wow? Yeah, can I say one year? Yeah, Joe. And you better. Mampam. Also on tea. So do go be no bim. Mampam. Also on tea. Nani amuka nyina guna swati. Move swear. Mampam, also auntie, move swear. Mampam, also auntie. Once upon a time, animal called Mampam.